foliage, so I'm. Oh, and these are some scary bunnies that Brady sells here.
Okay. What's up, Alzart? How's it going? First one in the stream. What's up, man? How has your day been going so far? Sorry, I'm just doing some final setup stuff here. How's everybody doing? How do I look? Sound okay and everything? Mm-mm-mm. God Snapper, what's up, man? It's been a minute. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Sorry, guys, just finishing up some stuff here, getting it all ready. Hey, Alzart's also on Twitch now too. Let's go. I'm doing pretty good. I've had a pretty good night so far. I was working on some shorts for YouTube, then I did some homework and stuff. What's up, Battle Chicken? Hey, you made it to the stream. Very nice. This one's gonna be a very short stream, guys. I'm just obsessed with Trench Crusade, and I need to talk about it because the Kickstarter just reopened and everything. I don't know if you guys have heard about Trench Crusade, but I'm gonna dive into all of it in just a second. Real person, what's up, man? I love how real you are. Thank you for hopping by the stream with your real self. Also, confidence. Thank you. First time catching a stream. Voice. Oh my gosh, so many new people in here. This is crazy. Happy Tuesday, guys. Wild. 1:20 a.m. What's up? What's up, Violet? Welcome to the stream. It's been a minute. Well, 1:20 a.m. This is not going to be a very long stream. Like I said, guys, I'm just gonna. I really quickly. I'm just obsessed with Trench Crusade, and I've explained it a million times to my friends and girlfriend, and they're starting to get annoyed at me. So I'm just gonna start talking to you guys instead because I can't stop thinking about this game and how cool it is. If you guys don't know what Trench Crusade is, it's a new tabletop game that's supposed to be a Warhammer competitor. It's really cool. It's basically like you take World War One and the Crusades and you just mash them in together. I'm gonna go in like a whole deep dive here. I'm super stoked about it. But yeah, Trench Crusade, like this stuff is awesome. Like I have the lore. I'm also testing out some stuff. Like look at the artwork for this stuff. It's crazy. This is one of the developers of the game. This is like his art page. I don't know if you guys have seen this photo, but it's like a very famous photo of like weird stuff. But yeah, I'm not gonna watch for long. It's very late. I just got a notification that we were live. Well, I'm glad you're here, Battle Chicken. Like I said, it's not gonna be a very long one. It's gonna be a pretty chill stream because I'm just gonna talk. Like, look at this art. It's so cool. It's just so perfect. It's like the Gothic style back here, and then you have these like pilgrims that are going to the front lines of war, and you have these guys giving sermons just along the way with these giant speakers. It's just so perfect. Soon, Violet. I haven't really had the time to put it all together and everything. It's been a long week. Like, look at this. This is so cool. Like the hands of sinners is what I'm guessing is on this and everything. There's a whole lore to all of these models, and there's a whole lore to all these models and everything. And like we're gonna all jump into it. But this is the primer just to get you guys hyped for what's to come. Like the artillery shrine is what they call it, where it's like a shell because it's all set in World War One, right? So heavy trench warfare. What the fuck is up, my guy? What's up, Michael? Welcome. Like it's just so fucking cool. My favorite model. Let me see if I can pull it up really fast. We're gonna talk about him as well too. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Shrine Anchorite. This motherfucker. What's up, Pro Dragon? This motherfucker is so goddamn cool. I'm really excited. Okay, let me preface this really fast. Trench Crusade, yes, Michael. The Kickstarter just reopened. I missed the first wave because I found out about it a little bit after it went live, and I was so excited when it reopened. I immediately bought a warband and immediately bought the rule book and everything, and I cannot wait. It's just. It's grimdark at its best. I feel like they really and I'll show you guys the models really fast. Let me pull one up. Hold on. I have a bunch of models that I want to talk about. Let's take a look at one of them. Like these models, that's not a good example. Let's go to the pre-order page. Okay, hold on. Let's take one of my favorite ones. So we have this guy, right? Like his whole thing is like they're people who defy God so much that they kill themselves, and if they do it in a, I have to read up on the lore again because we're gonna dive into this. Like I said, this is me going from memory. If they kill themselves in a heinous way, 7 days later they're revived, and they can carry around their head that is now just disemboweled from their body because they cut off their own head, and then their blood spurts out from their neck, and when they speak it forms like weird fucked up images. It's just I'll zoom in, hold on. It's my first time doing like a web browser stream. Like, look at that art. It's so fucking cool. It's okay, we're gonna dive into it. Hold on. Give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna finish setting up and we're gonna get all into this bitch. Also, Violet, I am very sorry about the bronchitis. It sounds like it sucks. How are you holding up and everything? Is everything okay? I hope it's not too bad of a case of bronchitis because I know it sucks being sick and everything. But I am very sorry to hear that. What is Trench Crusade? Trench Crusade is a new Warhammer competitor. It's a tabletop game. It's set in the basic gist of it. It's a Warhammer competitor. It's set in World War One. And it's like the Crusades in World War One had a baby together, and it's a skirmish style. So it's like Kill Team, where like I move a mini and then you move a mini and then we take turns moving minis. Very cool. Okay, let me settle in. I'm gonna get all into it. This feels like Modern Warfare Warhammer. That's so how I describe this. How I describe, hold on one sec. How I describe Trench Crusade, because that's a good take. This feels like Modern Warfare Warhammer. I like to describe Trench Crusade as imagine a Chaos Demon invasion on a planet being fought by the Kriegsmen. Is how I like to best describe it, because it's on Earth. It takes place in modern times, 1914, in the timeline of Trench Crusade, but it's basically Kriegsmen versus Chaos Demons. Absolute peak. Well, the good news is, Violet, if your voice is gone, we're only doing text chat today because we streaming, baby. Okay, like I said, gonna be a very short stream. I just want to jump all the way into it. Really quick, I'm gonna answer Michael's question, then we're gonna hop right into this description. What faction do you want to play? I'm messing around with the Iron Solinate Heavy. I got the Sultans. Are they called the Iron Sultanite? Hold on, let me pull this up. I thought they were called something else. Did we get the same faction? Are we literally twinning right now? I got the Sultans. I thought their name was something else. Yeah, the Sultanite of the Iron Wall. Sorry, I was thinking Iron Sultanite. I was thinking of the new Antonok, like heavy infantry for some reason. I also got the Sultans because something about them is so cool because they're honestly kind of pretty. Like this guy is like he's a little bit more pretty compared to all the other models, and I think that's so cool with how fucked up everything is. But this was my favorite faction I looked at. I'm not gonna lie though, it was really hard to pick which one to get. I wanted all of them. Trench Pilgrims looks awesome. New Antonok looks awesome. Like, it's just so fucking cool. I'm going to deep dive after the stream. Why are you streaming so late? I was working on some stuff earlier and I promised myself, because I kept telling my friends about Trench Crusade, I just had to talk about it. So we're streaming late because I need to talk about this game. It is fucking peak. Okay. Let's dive into it. I'm going to follow. I have a whole plan. I was like, Brady, don't get distracted. We're going to talk about Trench Crusade. It's going to be peak and awesome, and we're going to do awesome. Okay, let's see here. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask them too. This shit is fucking great. Okay, let's see. Does it cost as much as 40K? No, I'm actually glad you asked that before we started here. It's much cheaper. So it's on Kickstarter right now. I'll link the Kickstarter if you guys want to support it. I think because honestly, these are good kit bash stuff too. If you guys like 40K and stuff, it's way cheaper than 40K. Like this right here, it's physical warband bundle. It's $85. You get the rule book and you get a warband of your choice. So any of these warbands, and the warbands is like 8 to 10 miniatures depending on what army you get and stuff. And that's basically enough to play way into it. Like you can get like super into a game and stuff. I bought 2 of these warbands, so like when it comes in the mail, which is I think in January or February, it's going to come to be sent to us and everything. I wanted to be able to play with my friends because I want to dive the fuck into this game. I'm so excited. Oh, it's so cool. It's just like, look at this guy. This guy, his story is, there's a guy. I don't know if you can see him. There's a guy inside of his chest, and the whole thing is that guy inside of his chest was a very holy man that the demons of hell were able to corrupt and fall to sin. And by making him fall to sin, they were able to corrupt him and basically kill him, pull him away from God, and then they shoved them inside of the chest of this demon as a trophy. It's literally a dude crawled up inside of a demon's chest. Like, it's just, Warhammer models are cool, don't get me wrong. I love Warhammer. Fucking, I'm obsessed with that game. But these models are pushed to an extreme. Julian, I'm talking about this game called Trench Crusade. I'm going to do a whole deep dive right now. Do you think Games Workshop is going to sue? No way. I don't think Games Workshop is going to sue because if you look, I'm so out of order with what I want to talk about right now. This guy, Tumas Pierninen, he worked on Warhammer 5th edition and Warhammer 6th edition. So he's worked with the company before. And then this guy, Graham McNeil, is also making a Trench Crusade novel right now. And he also made some Warhammer books. I don't remember which Warhammer books he wrote, but he also worked on some Warhammer books and stuff. He also worked on Arcane, which, like, Arcane's pretty good. So I think they're pretty good. Can you listen to my comments? What'd you say, Matthew? I don't see what your comments here. Anyways, let's jump into this. You've not seen Arcane? No worries if you haven't seen Arcane. No spoilers to Arcane in this chat. I highly recommend it. I only say he also wrote Arcane because Arcane is so good. Insane. Didn't even get a notification you were streaming. Good thing you popped up my YouTube feed. Fuck yeah, dude. Welcome back to the stream. It's going to be, and guys, I am sorry. This is going to be a very short one. I'm only going to stream for like 30 minutes. I just really wanted to talk about Trench Crusade. What's up, Reaper? But yeah, no worries. No Arcane spoilers in chat. Just a very good show. I highly recommend. And a person making a Trench Crusade novel also worked on Arcane just for his track record. I'm so excited. Okay, let's go. Let's jump in. And also, hello to anyone who just dropped by in the stream. I'm going to try to keep up with the comments and stuff too. I love all of you so much. So cool. I love this game. I have so many comments. I want to answer everything. Before I jump in, Alexis, how do you get into Warhammer? There's no right or wrong answer for that. Hold on one second. Before I jump in, Alexis Martinez, how do you get into Warhammer? There's not really a right or wrong answer. There's a bunch of different ways to get into it. There's video games you can play like Space Marine 2. The tabletop game is a really good place to start. Lore videos on YouTube or even just the novels are all good places to start getting into Warhammer. The problem with Warhammer is it's confusing because it's such an expansive universe. It's really easy to get lost with where do I start? Because there's not really a good starting point. If I had to give you one, the Horus Heresy books are a good place to start. But it's really up to you. Like, I started with Rylanor's Last Stand, the song, and then I went to a Warhammer store, bought a Combat Patrol, played the game the next week after I built them. Like, that's how I got started. So there's not really a easy way to say get into Warhammer. It's just more, you find a stream, you find a short, you find a song, you find a novel, you watch it, you get obsessed, and there's no going back. That's kind of how it is. I hope that answered it. What's up, Helios? You think you're going to stream tomorrow? I might stream tomorrow. I actually have a fun stream planned if I get to tomorrow. Q Jumper, we're looking at a Trench Crusade. It's a new tabletop war game that is supposed to compete with Warhammer. No problem, Alexis. What's up, Whooper? Welcome to the stream, dude. All right. So for all of you guys just joining the stream, I'm talking about Trench Crusade right now. Trench Crusade is this new competitor to Warhammer. It's a competitor, but it's another war game, tabletop game, right? It's super cool. It's set in World War One, but it's the Crusades and World War One combined. Super, super cool. Okay. I am ready to jump into this. I have everything here. Okay. Okay, so on this stream, I really want to talk about Trench Crusade. Basically, Trench Crusade is this new competitor to Warhammer. It's supposed to be another war game. It's set in 1914, but it's during the Crusades and World War One if they were mashed together. So you get this grim dark style that is just super, super creative and fun. The art style is amazing. The models are incredible. Like, take a look at some of these. Like, it is unbelievable. Some of these things. Like, this is just, this picture itself already paints such a good story of what the Trench Crusade is, because you have these pilgrims that are going to the front lines of war being shouted scriptures from a tower right next to them. It's just perfect. Like, look at this thing. This is their dreadnought. Like, it's so cool. This is like new Mr. Mediocre. So this is like a brand new, like, just started Kickstarter. This game literally had its Kickstarter 2 weeks ago. I missed it, and I missed it by a little bit. I already knew about the game, but I didn't know the Kickstarter went live. It got maxed out, and now they're doing a new Kickstarter where you can buy models and everything for them if you want to get started playing the game, where we can actually enjoy it. So it's like brand new. Like, we are in alpha right now. Also, what the fuck, that's sick as fuck. I know, isn't this awesome? So the basic gist of Trench Crusade is that it's in 1914. It's during the Crusades, and when the Crusades were first happening, side, don't worry, it's based on World War One. Then take my money, it gets even better because it's based in World War One. But during the Crusades, these two Templars in Jerusalem opened a gate to hell after being tempted by the devil, and then since then, the world has been at war with demons since the Crusades. So it's been an 1,000-year-long war that is now bled into World War One, hence the name Trench Crusade. It's them mashed together into this beautiful piece of art. Yes, Black Templars, exactly. And it's amazing. Do you play Magic the Gathering? I do play Magic the Gathering. I'm getting some stuff for Christmas for it. Different countries, there are different factions. The Trench Crusade. There's the Trench Pilgrims, which are people, they're these guys. They are devout believers in God that are on a pilgrimage to the front lines to throw themselves at the demons of hell. It's basically they fight, like it says right here, fighting an endless crusade against the blasphemous foe. Like, they are literally throwing themselves into the front line because they think it's their duty. And then you have the Heretic Legion, which are the archdevils and the corrupted humans that are fighting for the side of the demons. So it's the humans that have fallen to demon influence. And then you have New Antioch, which is the frontline nation that is a fortress nation that is the only last line of defense after Constantinople fell, which, by the way, is so cool that there's these real-life places that are literally also in Trench Crusade that fit into the overall story. It kind of reminds me of Cyberpunk, how it's like a same reality, different reality. So it's very good. What is the Space Marine faction in Trench Crusade? New Antioch. They are the Space Marine faction. They are super soldiers. They have these heavy armored infantry guys in them. You can see the picture right there. That's a New Antioch guy. It's like their version of a Space Marine. They're the front lines. Like, they are donated men, troops, weapons, food, and ammo by every nation that doesn't want to succumb to hell. So, like, they're like the front line. So if you think of the Cadians, I guess, or the Space Marines, that's them. Trench Crusade is so sick. You are preaching to the choir. It is absolute peak fiction. So you have the Trench Pilgrims, Heretic Legion, New Antioch. Then you have the Court of the Seven-Head Serpent. These guys are. This one's a little bit confusing to me. Let me reread it and see if I can get what they actually are. Jutting from the plumes of sticking corrosive smoke in the iron city of Dis, and atop its shrieking black keep sits the eternal infernal war council. Seven of the greatest, most wicked, and cunning of the archdevils proceed over the war against creation, and upon their orders do the spawn of Lucifer go forth and wreak death and corruption upon the mortal world. So If I'm a little bit confused about them because I think that they are this like 7 devils in hell. I'm not sure if it's for the 7 rings of hell, and I'm not really sure if they are actually like the big bads of hell. And what their units are, because I can pull up their units in a second. Like, I don't know if they are all demons or they're corrupted and mutated humans. They're really cool though. They have some of the sickest models. Like, if I pull one up here, where are you? Let's see. Pull up one of their models really fast for you guys. This thing's straight out of Elden Ring, I swear to God. Like this guy right here. Where is he? This thing, it's the Hunter of the Hand Path. Like, he is just so cool. Absolutely gnarly model. But do you see what I mean? I like don't know if they're corrupted humans or if they're just straight up devils. What does this look sick? This is Trench Crusade. It's a new tabletop game that like literally is on Kickstarter right now. And I swear it's not like, oh, it's on Kickstarter. Like, literally, this game, where's the Kickstarter? It got funded within like 24 hours of it going live. Their goal was 66,000 and they have $3 million. Like, they are in a good spot. Actually, so fucking cool. Then we have the Sultanite of the Iron Wall. They are basically the Ottoman Empire, East Asian inspired kind of. I like them a lot because they're very pretty. They have like a lot of like really nice armor. They're super soldiers and everything. They kind of exist separate from the other factions in a weird way, but they're still on the side of the good guys, like for God instead of the demons. And it's just they're a little bit interesting because they have like these alchemists that like are really good at altering and changing the human body to make really strong soldiers or grotesque monsters. It's just super cool. This feels like the Crusades, but if they were set in 1914, and then third-party demons, basically. That's actually exactly what it is. It is the Crusades set in 1914 with third-party demons also joining in on the fun. These guys, which are called the Black Grail, which are Death Guard squared in terms of their models. Like, they're actually really cool. They are followers of Beelzebub, which is the god, or the demon of death, decay, and sickness, I believe. And he came to being in the Trench Crusade universe at the same time as the Black Death, which is super cool. Because it makes the lore of the Black Death make sense in the timeline of Trench Crusade, and it gives a lore reason for Beelzebub to show up, which is awesome. I'm losing comments, guys. I'm so sorry. Gonna say this again so Braid sees it, but the council is like the new Antioch of Hell, where the legions are like the trench pilgrims. Oh, interesting. Cornelius, you are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Court of Hell is the equivalent to New Antioch. Pilgrims are the equivalent to the regular forces of hell. Okay, got it. So the court of the seven-headed serpent is the demon's version of New Antioch, and then the trench pilgrims and heretic legions would be equivalents of each other. That makes a lot of sense. What year is Trench Crusade supposed to take place? 1914. It's actually very cool. Do you see why I wanted to talk about this, guys? I like needed to like just. Oh, it's just so cool. Yes, we have different factions. Trench pilgrims, people that want to immediately throw themselves at the front lines because they think it's their passion. The heretic legions, the exact opposite of the coin, but for demons. The New Antioch, they are the front lines of protecting the humanity, the followers of God and everything. Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent, the exact opposite. On the demon side, it's the demons who oversee the heretic legions. The Sultanite of the Iron Wall, a third-party Ottoman Empire, East Asian, super soldier, alchemy, bullshit army. Also, by the way, the army I chose to play. I'll get into their models later and why I chose them. They're super cool. And then you have Black Grail, which is the Black Death turned into mutated zombies, death card squared. Super, super cool. I just joined the stream. What's the topic? We're talking about all things Trench Crusade, baby. It is a new tabletop game that I am obsessed with. Super, super cool stuff. Cornelius, you are on point with the fucking takes right now. Fucking love you, dude. So what punk would this be? Steampunk, oil, and nuclear punk? Maybe like Crusade punk, I guess. The thing is like what I consider. I don't think this really is a punk game, because I consider punk to me is like against the government or against the norm, and in this game it's like the government is protecting all of humanity, because in this case the government is New Antioch, right? And they're fighting the good fight. And punk games like Cyberpunk and stuff, it's more like fuck corpos, fuck the government, like we're going to bring it down, make a new system. So I don't think it dictates any type of punk really, but if I had to choose one, like gothic punk or maybe like crusade punk would be a good way to say it. So it has 6 factions, but 2 sides. Yeah, so all of the factions, there's 3 good factions and 3 bad factions. Although, to be honest, the good factions aren't really good either, and I'll get into all of that in a little bit. But it's crazy. Do I have a list? No, actually. I'm just really excited. I didn't drink water. I'm talking too much. Okay, what were we talking about now? So, let's play a fun game. It's so good. Yeah, no, sorry. I just got too excited and I was like, stumbling over my words, not swallowing, stuff like that. Oh, I love this game so much. I literally, my girlfriend like has been listening to lore videos about this game for like 2 weeks straight now. Is it tech like 40K or more sci-fi? I'd say it's kind of like 40K in the essence of like there's ancient war machines and more modern technology. But by modern technology, I mean like World War I stuff. So like tanks, like the most advanced thing really is this shit. Like this thing, which is like a diesel powered like war suit, which we'll get into this guy. This guy's fucking gnarly. Tekken World 1. Thank you, Kale. Jesus Punk. That's a good way to say it. So I haven't looked at too much of the rules of the game yet, but the gameplay is pretty simple to kill team from what I understand. It's you measure everything with a ruler. Everything's fought in trenches. They even have a set of terrain you can buy on their web store to help with actually playing the game and everything. So like it shows like the modularness of the terrain and everything, which is very cool. It's played like kill team. So what that means is like I move a model and then you move a model, I move a model, you move a model, I move a model, you move a model, which is very cool because it leads to less long turns. So it's more interactive, kind of like how in Magic the Gathering when you can respond to things. I like the you move one, I move one play style. I know that a lot of the fighting is also done through modifiers. Like every model has a way that they can like roll dice to do damage, but the way to do more damage is it adds modifiers to roll more dice and then you choose the highest number and stuff like that. But I'm not really sure how wounding and killing goes in that. I don't really want to get too much into it because I'm more interested in the lore for this stream. But if you guys are interested in me talking about the gameplay, I'll deep dive into it, do a stream. I watched a video on Mario Dreadnoughts, but it was like watching the stream when it happened. Oh, you were in the stream when it happened? That was a stream moment that my friend wanted, or my friend wanted to upload. So Dreadnoughts are walking cathedrals? Damn, yes, they are. That is true, Kale. That is very true. Okay, so the miniatures of Trench Crusade are also just unbelievably amazing. It's really what got me into this game was I just saw pictures of the miniatures online. Actually, what got me into the game was a meme of this guy. I saw a meme on Grimdank on Reddit. And it basically was like, you think being in a Dreadnought sucks? Try to be in one of these things. And I saw this and I was like, that's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. I have to figure out what that is. And I searched and I found their minis and like, they're so fucking cool. Like we have the Heretic Legions here and we'll kind of go into a little thing here, like where we watch them. So like all of the minis are resin. So they're going to be a little bit harder to paint. You need to wash them before you paint them and everything, but they're going to be all pre-built and everything. But they just fit that perfect aesthetic of like evil, kind of fucked up, but hopeful. Like this motherfucker holding the flamethrower, like you can literally see on his arm there, that it's burning his arm because of the corruption coming from holding the weapon. Like all the demon's weapons and everything corrupt them in some way. This guy, the werewolf, he is able to like cut through barbed wire with his face. Like the demons made him and put him in that contraption to throw him onto the front lines in No Man's Land to cut through barbed wire and trenches. The artillery witch, it's a witch that just levitates artillery shells and then throws them. Why do you need a howitzer when you can fucking just summon a witch like that? And then you have the Sin Eater, which is just a big dude that can't stop fucking eating. It's gnarly. And he's big too. He's a big fucking dude. This guy, the Choicer as well, like probably my favorite model. It's so tiny, but they're basically people that hated God so much they killed themselves. And if they did it in such a disrespectful way, they're able to revive in 7 days. And when they do, they finish cutting off their head and they carry it around and they can talk out of their head when they walk around. But whenever they talk, the little fucking symbols, the little symbols in their head, that little red thing you see right there, move and shift into war. It's super cool. And then this guy is the Death Commando. They have like a weird heart in them, I think, so God can't see them. They're like the elite versions of the heretics. Super, super cool. Just like all of the models are so good. The Dreadnought guy is called a Shrine Antioch, and we'll get to that guy in a second. Then you have New Antioch. These guys are kind of like the generic army of Trench Crusade model wise, but that's not a bad thing. Like some of these models are still really cool. Like I love generic stuff. Like the Guardsman was almost my first army. There's just something so cool about these guys that can hold their own against the unimaginable horrors beyond our comprehension. Like the shock troopers are heavy armored troopers that have claymores they walk around with and like big Tommy guns. Like who doesn't want to have a guy in World War I style Crusade armor holding a claymore backed up by an LMG gun? Super cool. And then you have these mechanized infantry guys. I haven't seen their models in person yet, but they're apparently supposed to be bigger than Space Marine sculpts. They're their version of Space Marines. Super, super cool. Thank you so much for the follow. I didn't catch who that was. I'll check in a second. Hold on. Sorry. Thank you so much, Remu, for the follow. Welcome to the stream. And sorry, I went out of the video. Like, they look just like Space Marines, and I think they're really cool. It's just, super, super cool. And don't worry, we're getting to the Shrine Ankara. I'm going to get to that guy. He's my favorite. It's just, like, this guy, he's basic, but, like, that's kind of cool. And you have the Sniper Priests. Like, these guys are also awesome because they cut out their eyes and they have their faith guide them, and they're like the best shots ever, but they like have they can see like God guides their bullets. It's like the Sisters of Battle. And this guy, he carries around a cross on his back in the trenches. So cool. And then you have Lieutenant. He's just a classic wargaming model, like super cool. Like, unbelievable. So cool. So can the forces of hell only go through these portals? So that's why they're limited in how many they can send through, which balances them to limit human forces. That's actually a good question. I have a feeling they are limited to their influence they can have in the world, or maybe they're not as strong as we think they are. But from what I understand, I was reading some of the lore, and one of the lines stuck out to me is that there was there's so many powerful weapons on both sides that they've kind of hit a stalemate, if that makes sense. They have, like, imagine if like I have a nuclear bomb and you have a nuclear bomb, like kind of like how real life works in a way, but like none of us throw it at each other because we don't want to destroy each other. And I think Trench Crusade is kind of in a similar boat where God's forces have such powerful weapons and Hell's forces such powerful forces, they can't break through each other, if that makes sense. What was the name of the war game? It's called Trench Crusade. It's like, this is the new Antioch version of the demons, which is awesome. Like even the Wretched, this is their basic foot soldiers. Like this guy is like the holes in his body, just how like decrepit he looks is great. Classic demons. It's just how I view all of these Trench Crusade models is these are Warhammer models taken just like a notch further. Like Games Workshop is pretty safe with what they like. Dude, this guy has 2 fucking mouths and a flaming halo. Like and wings. It's so cool. And blades on his arms, and he's a dog. It's awesome. This guy looks like something straight from Dark Souls. I wish he had the candles around him in the model. Literally impossible to do, but it'd be so cool. And like it's just this guy is straight from Elden Ring. He has like a skin hood, and his bow and arrow is part of his skin. It looks like his femur was like broken off into two. He's my favorite model probably. This guy who has the person inside of his chest that won't get out because it's a holy man that was corrupted, and then they use him as a trophy inside of the demon's chest. You can see this thing's intestines. It's just so gnarly. It's so gross. And sorry if I'm missing anybody's messages and stuff, guys. I'm trying my best to keep up, but also I'm so excited to talk about all this. I don't want to miss it. Then this guy's like their leader, super cool. I love I don't know if you guys noticed it, but like if you look at the very top there, do you see how like the wings are hands and they're holding that like symbol up top? It's just so cool. The Sultanite of the Iron Wall, they're just so different. They're just different compared to everything else because they're a very Arabian themed Ottoman Empire, which like is good because like, you know, World War I also took place like all over the world, World War I. Like the square gas mask attached to his thing is amazing. Thank you so much, Radamuni. Welcome to the stream, man. The Janissaries are awesome because they're supposedly super soldiers. I like them because they seem very pretty and very like design wise a lot cooler than the other armies, which is a good contrast to them. This is the army I picked, by the way. So I bought the warband for these guys like as soon as the Kickstarter started. Like this is so cool. This contrasts the prettiness of the super soldiers we just saw. And then this guy isn't also contrast to that as well because it's just big mutated grotesque bull that is like bleeding out of all of its orifices because the sultans are really good at mutating and changing the human body to be stronger. And I think that's really cool because it kind of goes against the like prettiness of the normal foot soldiers look, if that makes sense. The assassins are also really cool too because they have a device that's like Echo from League or Arcane, where like they can do something and then go back a little bit in time. And these are the guys that mutate all of them. So these alchemists, they are the best at what they do in this universe. They mutate the fuck out of the human body and bring either the best or worst out of you. But either way, they're going to be fighting. What are the Primarch units? They haven't added them yet, I don't think. They're definitely going to add Primarch level stuff eventually. But because it's a Kickstarter, it's almost like that this is... they're going to be named characters eventually, I feel, but right now we're kind of in the beta stages, so there's not really a lot to work with. Okay, these are the Trench Pilgrims. I think these guys are probably the best version of Trench Crusade in example. And it's these guys that are the most like Trench Crusade out of all of them. I don't know if that makes sense, but if I think of Trench Crusade, you're going to think of these guys. Do I know how to play Freebird? I do not know how to play Freebird. So these models are great. This guy, the Anchorite Shrine. The Anchorite Shrine is this universe's version of a Dreadnought. What it is it's an old mech suit that runs on Faith and Diesel. And it's from about, they say 100 years ago, and, oh, actually, no, that's totally wrong, sorry. They say that it's an old design that's been lost. There's only been about 100 of them made. That's where I got the 100 from. They are incredibly powerful, and a monk volunteers to be put inside of the Shrine Anchorite. And inside of the Anchorite are needles and barbs that constantly poke and prod and tear at the monk's skin inside because the pain makes him feel closer to God. Crazy. That's why you can see it bleeding out of all the orifices. And apparently it like echoes the sound of the monk inside outwards, and you can hear the screams, and it's supposed to invigorate the troops around you because he's wailing in pain, but also giving like sermons in the painful voice. Very interesting. And the guy, I don't know if you guys see, but the guy on the shield, this guy on the shield right here, they also volunteered to be put there. So these are also Trench Pilgrims that are so eager to die for the cause, they're willing to be sacrificed and beaten and then put on the wheel. So in their final battle, their soul can be used to protect the machine. Crazy. What would be the Trench Pilgrim for 40k? It'd probably be the Kriegsman. They're the similar to them, most similar that I can think of. Sup, Braid? Love the way you explain 40k knowledge you have. Thank you so much, man. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It's only gonna, by the way, guys, it's gonna be a very short one today. I just wanted to talk about Trench Crusade for a little bit, and I wanted to do it live because, like, why the fuck not? So it's gonna be a short one, but I'm still gonna go for a little bit longer. But to anyone watching the stream, thank you guys for stopping by. If you have questions, I'm going to do my best to answer them. Do I have a Twitch? Fuck yeah, I have a Twitch. I actually, I on Twitch, it's a little bit higher quality to watch. It's also easier for me to read chat on there. So if you guys want to go check me out on Twitch as well, I would highly recommend it. It also is the best way to support the channel if you guys watch me on Twitch, because it helps me grow the most. So if you guys want to support the channel and you have a Twitch, feel free to come check me out. It would mean a lot. I'm new, but your videos popped up on me because of Space Marine 2 gameplay. Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome. I try to make my shorts as basic as possible, because Warhammer lore is honestly a little bit much sometimes if you don't know a lot of it. So I try to just make it as simple to understand as possible. So I'm very glad you like it. So it's kind of like a zealot. Wait, which one's the 40k? None of these guys are 40k. They're all models are kind of inspired by 40k minis, if that makes sense. Are you gonna do a short about it? I am. I have two shorts that I just recorded today about Trench Crusade, and I'm also going to be hopefully making this breakdown into a long form video that I can post and stuff too. But we'll see about that. It's all test and everything. Gonna read this because I love filling the gaps. As it stands, Hell has more than enough power to wipe out humanity. They just can't get a cohesive enough force to do it because of infighting. That's very on theme and also very cool. So Cornelius pointed out that the reason why demons aren't able to wipe humanity out in Trench Crusade is because of infighting and the lack of cohesion, which is very on theme for how how demons work, because they all want power. So I like that a lot. That's very cool. Yeah, the Trench Pilgrims, in my opinion, the poster child of Trench Crusade, 100%. Like, they have these guys, which are also like the Sisters of Battle. They're very they're nuns that are faithful. They literally some of them wear nothing. I haven't read in their lore a lot, but I'm assuming it's because they want their faith to protect them. Very Sisters of Battle. These are prisoners they throw into the front lines that are either prisoners to atone for their sins or volunteers that sacrifice themselves for the greater good. Trench Pilgrims, they all look like pyramid heads. It's just perfect. It's just, all the models are so cool, you guys. I hope all of you feel the same way about this game as I do, because it's just so awesome. This guy's pretty cool. He's just like such a devout follower that he was able to like be enhanced, and his wounds literally heal on the battlefield miraculously. It's just, look, he's got hands on his shield. It's perfect. Hey, Andre, thank you so much for the subscription, man. Welcome to Braid Nation. Hope you're having a good day. What's up, Buzzsaw? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you on Twitch too. I recently finished Trench Pilgrim's Warband using Necromunda House Cawdor Gang and Venerable Dreadnought for the Anchorite Shrine. That's fucking cool. Using a Venerable Dreadnought for an Anchorite Shrine. It's such a cool game. Have you played the game yet? Because I just bought the Warbands and everything. So I bought the Sultans and I bought the Black Grail because I wanted to have the Sultans for myself, and if anyone came over to play, I wanted to have them play the Black Grail, or I could try it. Hey, we got some followers for the Twitch. Thank you so much. Communist. I don't know how to say your name correctly. Is it just Communist? Thank you so much for the follow, man. Welcome to the stream. And Buzzsaw the Fox. Thank you so much for the follow. We got another one. A lot of followers going on right now. I missed that one. Why didn't it show any notification for me? Conmanist. Got it. Are you going to talk about the Paladins? I could talk about the Paladins. You mean the Paladins from Trench Crusade, right? It'd be cool for us to actually learn about them together, because I haven't read about them as much as other things. Because I know in the lore primer, where is it? If I go to the lore primer, the Paladins are up here, I think. Let's do a read together on the Paladins and stuff. Let's see how they are. I'm gonna finish the minis first, though. So the Black Grail, these minis are really cool because they're based on the Black Death, like I said earlier. So when the Black Death came into being, this army was formed. I mean, fucking look at this guy. This is a Nurgle demon taken to a 10. Like, a Nurgle demon's a 7. This is a 10 on the model scale. Like, compared to the Plague Burst Crawler, this fucking shitty fly thing is awesome. It's just so gross and amazing. Poxwalkers, but improved. It's Death Guard squared. It's so good. I don't know how they did it, but every single one of the Black Rails models are super cool or super gross, except for one of them. Like the Corpse Guard are gross. They have the weird insects coming out for them. Their intestines are falling out. It's just so grotesque to look at. But the Plague Knight, which is like their elite unit, is very pretty and elegant looking, which I think is a very good contrast to the rest of the army. It's not pretty, but it's way more slender and stylized than everything else, which I think is such a great contrast to the rest of the army. It makes it really scary. And I think that's so cool. Like whoever the artists are for this game is just, they're incredible. Like the people that work on this game, you have this guy, Mike Francina. He's done so much artwork before. He's worked on Path of Exile, some Warhammer stuff and everything. Like here's the Space Marine equivalent for Trench Crusade. And then we have the War Beast, which is the one we showed earlier. Like everything in here is just so cool. This is the Lord of Tumors we just saw for the Black Grail guys. The art is just amazing. It's just so hard to look at. They're modeled after the mosquito. Yes, they are. Then we have like this guy who also he's working on the game design for the game. His name is Tumas Pirinen. I don't know how to pronounce it really. I'm so bad at names. I'm so sorry. But he worked on 5th edition Warhammer and 6th edition. So like he's been working on this for a while. Like it's just so cool. Like this is one of the lead modelers, I believe. What was their name? It was James something. Like he's doing a lot of the modeling for the stuff, and you can tell like based on his other work, like you know where the inspiration is coming from. Going to the blurred folder ones, I wish. I don't want to risk it. Like this is already stretching it, but like the Plague Knight is easily one of my favorite sculpts in the army. It's just so cool because it's fucked up and gross, but also pretty. It's just weird how like they combine it like that. Super cool. What's up, Gabriel? Welcome to the stream. He also made Mordheim, so he knows what he's doing for skirmish games. I've never played Mordheim. Let's hold on. Mordheim. Oh, okay, yeah, duh. I saw Mordheim, like literally. Oh, interesting. It's another tabletop game. Interesting. Am I missing out? Is Mordheim like awesome? What's up, Remo? How's it going? It does look like Scorn. Oh my god, you're so right. It does. That's what it reminds me of. Did he work on Scorn? There's no way he didn't. He had to have worked on Scorn. Like this is like very Scorn like. Where was the one where his head was like exploding? Like this stuff just feels directly out of the Scorn games. Oh my god, that's such a good comparison. Mordheim is old world kill team. That's actually really good to know. Yep, we're talking about Trench Crusade, baby. I'm not gonna be streaming for too much longer. I wanted to do a quick stream, but we're talking about it for a tiny bit longer. So the warbands, and this is where it kind of gets cool for if you guys want to play the game. So the warbands are like an easy way to get started. Trench Crusade is doing a Kickstarter right now. I believe it ends on December 15th. I'll link something that lets you guys be able to see what's going on with Trench Crusade, but the basic gist of it is like if you get one of these warbands, if you help the Kickstarter, you can choose one of them from any of the legions we just went over. Any of the Heretic Legion, New Antioch, Trench Pilgrims, Court of the Seven-Headed Serpent, the Sultans. If you want to pick the same one I did, I picked the Sultans, and the Black Grail, which is the evil one I chose that my friends can use to try the game. I think it's like $85 or something. Like if you go to the pre-order page right here, you can do the warband pledge, and you basically spend $85 and you get the rule book and a warband of your choice, which I think is a great deal. If you want to play a war game and you think this looks cool and everything, $85 and supporting a new game like this is awesome. Because also, this is a competitor to Warhammer. I hate Games Workshop's prices. Like, this is a really good way to basically get 40K to maybe lower its prices if they're a direct competitor. Oh, sorry, Nikki. Yeah, this is Trench Crusade. Whatever Cornelius has said is exactly what it is. Cornelius, you are killing it for me right now. That's what I'm on Xmas. This was some of my Xmas presents as I got this for some of my friends. They watching the stream at school? Let's go, big boy Bram. Have a good look at school today. How's it going? I want to do a quick 1 hour stream. I didn't expect it to be an hour. It took too long. But yeah, all of the warbands and everything. It's just, I $45 for a book and a warband is a great deal in my opinion. And you could have one friend buy the book, and then you buy your warband, and then you guys could just share the book. And the cool thing is too is they have it set up in a way so like if you get this. Let's do the Trench Pilgrims. If you buy this warband for $45, you can then buy this reinforcement bundle for $62, and you will effectively have one of every miniature in the army. So the Shrine Anchorot, the Castigator, the Stigmatic Nun, the Prisoners, and then on this one you get the Communicant, Stigmatic Nun, the other model of it, the War Prophet, and then the Trench Pilgrims base model. New Antioch's the same way. You get the Heavy Infantry, the Sniper Priest, and then in this one you get more of the versions of Heavy Infantry, Shock Troopers, stuff like that, right? So it's a really good way to do like bam and bam next to each other. I've not finished Hollow Knight yet. I will be finishing Hollow Knight. Do not worry. I'm sorry I'm so all over the place. Scheduling is very hard. But yeah, you can also buy models individually and everything. I don't know. It's just super cool. And they hit all of their stretch goals. So it's just, man, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to play Trench Crusade. The second the Kickstarter reopened and I was able to purchase a warband for myself and get the rule book, I was so happy. Don't tell my work. Nobody rat me out. I was at work. It dropped in the Discord immediately, sent a link to myself, logged into it at work, purchased it within minutes later. Instantly. If I had to recommend one of the factions for a beginner, it's hard for me to say because technically I haven't played the game yet because the rules are online, but I did just buy the models and I haven't dove into the tabletop rules so much. I believe New Antonok is the best one to start with for new players. It's the most generic of all of them, and I think it's the most like Space Marines. But that being said, the Heretic Legion is the evil version of the generic army, so they might also be a good option. And I know that Trench Pilgrims are the most popular. So there's a really good chance that the Trench Pilgrims are the best option for first-time players, but if I had to guess, I'd say New Antioch. What do you think about the new Votan book? I haven't heard anything about it, to be honest. I'm glad they got a book, but I haven't heard much people talk about it, which is weird because I've seen so many memes about the Votan not having lore, and now they have lore, and I haven't seen shit on it. It's a little weird, but I might check out the book because I'm really interested in learning more about the whole Votan AI thing. But yeah, I'm super excited for this whole thing. It just looks amazing. Before I jump into my concluding thoughts and end the stream here, let's dive into the Paladins because someone on stream wanted me to. So if you guys want to do a deep dive into the lore, I'm going to link this right now. I'm going to link this now for you guys. This is the lore primer. Make sure this takes you to the right place. Hold on. Yep, that takes you to the right place. This is the lore primer. So basically, this is all the info you want. If you kind of want to read on your own and everything, you can check it out and see what's going on with the lore. But let's see what's going on with the Paladins. Since the beginning of the Great War some 800 years ago, the faithful have faced a problematic that's seemingly impossible to overcome. They are unable to take the battle to the enemy, for such is the supernatural power of the open gate to hell. Okay, I remember Paladins now. So, lore is so weird. I get a little bit of info, and then I just forget about it, and then I read a little bit, and I'm back. So, Paladins are really cool. Paladins are a special order of people from New Antioch, I believe, or just members of the church. I think there's only 7 of them. Let's see. They're the most strong-willed and trained soldiers out of any legion or any of the faithful army. But how many of there are there? There's not many of them. I'm not sure about the number. So there's a limited number of paladins. Some of the most best trained followers of God in trench warfare, and their mission is they are secretly, or they go into when they win a battle and then they can do it, they secretly go into the gates of hell and perform missions on the other side of the gate, which is crazy. Because how the fuck are like to go through the gates of hell? It's like Doomslayer, right? Like doing that is unthinkable. But these guys are just like a step above level badass. Honestly, if I had to equate anyone to a Primarch in the setting, it'd probably be the Paladins. And I bet you, as we learn more about the lore, we're probably going to get more info on the Paladins. Cornelius, you are awesome, man. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream. Thank you for helping out describe things. You are awesome. What should I watch for the lore? Like the 7 Sins Deadly but good. There was one lore video that was good that I saw. Hold on, let me see if I can get it for you. It isn't really like a insanely good video. It's just this guy goes through all of the lore and everything in a really concise manner. Later, Brum. It was good seeing you on the stream. He goes over in a very concise manner that is, for at least me, easy to understand, because he goes into this is a thing, this is a thing, this is a thing, this is a thing. So you learn about it, right? But yeah, it's just such a cool universe. I love it. Hold on one second. Let's where the fuck was I? I'm losing my tab. There's so many things open. But yeah, the Paladin, these guys, they are the best of the best. They're sent on secret missions to hell. They are incredible. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about with Trench Crusade. To be honest, it's great lore. It's the Crusades and World War I bashed together into one. It's God versus Satan, and it's all fucked up all around all the time. And I love it. It's incredible. If you guys haven't gotten it already, go check out the Kickstarter. It's still going on and everything. I'll put some link somewhere where you guys can check it out, but it is awesome. I love this universe. I can't wait to see more of this game, and it's going to be awesome. I think I am going to end the stream here. I didn't want to do a very long one today, guys. I just wanted to talk about Trench Crusade for a little bit. Thank you guys all for everything. Metal Beast, I gave a whole rundown earlier, so sorry if I'm paraphrasing now. It's World War I, but the Crusades never ended, and there's two main factions where it's the good guys and bad guys, Satan and God, but God's also kind of fucked up, and Satan's also kind of fucked up, and it's just like awesome. Brand new tabletop game, literally just started Kickstarter. Absolutely amazing. Every time I see one of your shorts, I think, what stream? I'd say like 40% of my shorts are from streams, I'd say. The other ones are like ones that we've thought of doing, and like we're like, we just need to record it and do it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This was a really fun impromptu stream. I think I might do more streams like this where I kind of just go live and start talking about jazz that like I'm interested in, just to have fun, I guess. But how was this stream like format wise? Did you guys like it? How the web page is set up and everything? I tried to make it kind of easy to follow along. I also tried to outline the stream, so it was a little bit easier to understand. Well, not easier to understand, but like easier to follow. So if you guys liked it, let me know. I'll be doing more things like this and everything, but I am gonna end the stream for the night. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'm buying them right now. Let's go, Jabali. That guy's a real fucking G. Absolute legend. Which actually just message me what warband you're gonna check out. I'll check the Twitch chat in just a second, or the YouTube chat in just a second. Anyways, I'm gonna head out for the night. It's already past my bedtime. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.